First question I have for you is, what makes this matchup so special between Texas Tech and Colorado?
It's the Big 12 this year. It's been honestly one of the most fun conferences. Probably defense, most parity. I think the matchup of the two teams, both teams have moved the football up and down the field. And the fact that it's pretty much an elimination game. I mean, the losers going to be on the outside looking in as far as the Big 12 race goes. You need a lot of things to happen at that point for them to be able to still be in it. So I think the stakes of this game, too, are one of the reasons why we're here.
When you look at guys like Shador and Travis, obviously they've been great for a long time, but how much does it elevate your game when you have a wide receiver like that?
I mean, it's huge. Anytime you have someone like Travis and even the rest, I mean, they're really deep at the wide receiver position. As a quarterback, you feel like when things do break down, you naturally just have this stability and sense to find them on the field. And they've kind of know how to find you, start finding windows so you can see them. So that's kind of part of the nonverbal communication that you have with some of those players that you build chemistry with every year. And years, obviously, they've played together for a long time, and you can see why they're so good together. But when you have a running back like that, you don't have to force the football down the field. When you see them make a big play, you can still get a big play out of checking it down to Brooks because he's so good after the catch. So, that's kind of, I guess, the luxury when you have a running back like that.
I guess if there's a key to beating either of these teams, what would that be?
The key, I would say, for Texas Tech to beat Colorado is going to be trying to get off the field on third down. Colorado's defense has actually done a good job of that. So for Texas Tech, it's trying to have a little bit more longer, methodical drives, stay on the field versus them. But defensively, they got to get turnovers, they got to get pressure. This is an offensive line that's really struggled. They're improved from where CU was a year ago, but they got to find ways of getting pressure, getting sacks, more so than Texas Tech has done this year. For Coach McGuire and the way he's kind of built things up in Texas Tech too. I mean, they're right in the thick of things. As far as if they win tomorrow, what this means for them moving forward based on the teams they beat. They need a little bit of help, but for the most part, they're right there in the race too.
Have you been in the league before?
Yeah, I've had the chance to call a couple games here. Probably trying to think that the two. The two that come to mind: Texas Tech versus Texas. And it was back when a young man named Patrick Mahomes was starting, and I believe he got knocked out of the game by Quandre Diggs, and we weren't quite sure who the third string was going to be because we thought Davis Webb had a chance to play. And it ended up being Vinny Testaverde's son. So he came in for the rest of that game. And then the other game that sticks out the most is obviously when Baker Mayfield came back with Oklahoma and Patrick went to Texas Tech, and they scored like a bajillion points, like a bajillion yards. We thought we were going to miss our flights. The game went back and forth so long, so many big plays.
Super excited to be here. Never been to Lubbock, Texas. So when we find out where we're going, when it's somewhere new, we get super excited just because Texas Tech has a great fan base, a great city, great energy here, and it's also a big game. I think that's the cool part about this big game. So I got in at like 4 in the morning. I got to be honest, I haven't done much here other than be on campus, but you can already sense like everyone's out here, the energy. Super excited to see the crowd, the fans tomorrow, the students. It's a big game, man. They need to show up to Big New Kickoff because it's a big one.
Perfect. And then just thoughts on the game tomorrow and the Texas Tech football team in 2024 so far.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. Obviously, last week the big win against an undefeated Iowa State, and still in a position to make a run here. The Big 12 has been wild, and I feel like they've kind of flown under the radar a little bit, but now they're starting to play their best football. I love their QB. I love their running back. Defensively, I think is going to be a challenge this weekend. They got to step up. But look, this is college football. Anything can happen. So. It's sitting at 6-3 right now with still a lot of football left to be played, still a lot to play for, which is exciting. So I got to be honest, I think this is going to play. I'm sure this place is going to be rocking tomorrow, which should be exciting.
Taj Brooks is a beast, man. He got great feet, got great vision, elusive in the open space, hard to get on the ground. He's the heartbeat of the offense, man. So they need to get him going if they want to be successful tomorrow, man. Taj Brooks is the real deal, man. I really like his game. Watched a lot of film leading up to this weekend. He's a legit beast for sure.
Perfect. And then just thoughts on the game tomorrow, atmosphere, what you're looking forward to seeing.
Well, I've never been to Lubbock. I've always heard Texas Tech be turned up for the big game, so excited to experience a new college, excited to experience a new game, a new atmosphere, and let's see what's gonna happen.